Very bizarre.
Okay, wait.
What is this?
Okay, this is where things get weird.
This is a big deal. If you go to Amazon Prime on the YouTube channel, they've actually made this show the top banner for their channel. What is that? What's the name of the show that's on their banner right now?
Hazbin Hotel.
Okay, so it's a big deal. It came out 3 days ago. There was a 2-hour-long countdown for this that people were actually watching and involved in the live chat and everything. If you look around on the screen, you'll see 5 or 6 videos for Hazbin Hotel. What kind of views are those getting?
2.1 million.
2,041,000. 3 days.
2 million? Oh wow, in 3 days it has over 2 million views.
2 million views in less than a week.
Mm-hmm.
This is a big deal. This is something that people are going to be watching. You can pause it at any time and say anything you're thinking about. This is a new show that people are going to be entertained by.
Once upon a time, there was a glowing city.
Glowing city.
What's up with the all-seeing eye?
Why they gotta throw the all-seeing eye in there? I mean, you just know it's a cult like in the first 10 seconds because they're just showing you occult symbols.
Protected by golden gates known as heaven.
So they're not hiding that this is biblical, right? This is a biblical storyline.
Come on.
It was ruled by beings of pure light, angels that worshipped good and shielded all from evil. Lucifer was one of these angels. He was a dreamer with fantastical ideas for all of creation.
Okay, this is where things get weird.
Okay, wait.
Lucifer had these amazing ideas and dreams that were for the good of everybody, and it all looks so happy.
As if he has greater aspirations than destroying everybody's life.
This is a sympathy for the devil story that we see over and over and over in Hollywood. That Lucifer was just misunderstood. He was a dreamer. He wanted to do good things, but he was an outcast.
I doubt that.
But he was seen as a troublemaker by the elders of heaven, for they felt his way of thinking was dangerous to the order of their world. So he watched as the angels began to expand the universe in their ways. From the dust of earth, they created Adam and Lilith.
Adam and Lilith.
Wait, Lilith? They don't even have the Bible story right.
If you know mythology, they always bring Lilith into the picture instead of, it's a counterfeit in cosmology.
So Lilith originates from Gnosticism. Supposedly, God created Adam a wife, Lilith, but she was, basically a feminist. She was strong-willed and was evil. She's idolized by feminists today.
Gnosticism came around at around the 2nd century. It's a Christian sect, basically. In the Bible, the Godhead, the God the Father, the God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit created the world together. But in Gnosticism, it is this half divine, half not divine being that turned rogue and got kicked out of heaven. It has the body of a snake and the head of a lion, just like Satan is represented as a snake in the Bible, and Jesus is called the Lion of Judah. This being is also known as the demiurge or Yaldabaoth, right? So Gnostics believe that the Yaldabaoth, this being that is a mixed representation of both Satan and Jesus, is the true God and not Yahweh. So the divine realm tricks Yaldabaoth to blow his spirit into Adam, resulting in mankind being infused with a divine spark from Barbelo, who's also known as wisdom, or it's kind of similar to Mary. And this allowed Adam to stand up against and challenge Yaldabaoth. So that brings it back to what we're watching here. It's like, they're not even trying to package it up. They're saying Satan came down, was kicked out of heaven because, he meant good, but, didn't really fit in, kicked out, and then he made Adam and Eve. Just like in Gnosticism.
And in the Gnostic mythology, she was either killed by God or banished, and God gave Adam a new wife, Eve. But this is not biblical.
Equals as the first of mankind, but despite this, Adam demanded control, and Lilith refused to submit to his will. She fled the garden, Drawn in by her fierce independence,
This is
Lucifer
bizarre.
found her, and the two rebellious dreamers fell deeply in love.
This is sick. Making a love story out of this being that has literally caused the entire universe a lot of pain and misery is downright sick.
Together, they wished to share the magic of free will with humanity, offering the fruit of knowledge to Adam's new bride, Eve, who gladly accepted.
Yeah, so they talk about the fruit of knowledge. Again, that's super Gnostic because the whole idea of Gnosticism is to gain enlightenment, to gain knowledge, and to eventually be like God the Father. There's even a tree of knowledge in Gnosticism.
But this gift came with a curse, for with this single act of disobedience, evil finally found its way into earth. With it, a new realm of darkness and sin, and the order heaven had worked to maintain was shattered. As punishment for their reckless act, heaven cast Lucifer and his love into the dark pit he had created, never allowing him to see the good that came from humanity, only the cruel and the wicked.
I mean, God made mankind perfect, and then he's just and now he wants our good. Man, come on, this is just ancient storytelling from the Gnostic writings right in front of you.
This is portrayed in a way to have pity on Satan the whole way through.
Ashamed, Lucifer lost his will to dream. But Lilith thrived, empowering demonkind with her voice and her songs. And as the numbers of hell grew, so did its power.
Wow. And there's lots of singing apparently and amazing things in hell.
Threatened by this, heaven made a truly heartless decision.
Oh, heaven made a truly heartless decision. Wow.
Heaven made a heartless decision. What's this going to be?
So nobody thinks that what the devil did was heartless. I mean, the fact that he made a perfect couple which was given a perfect environment, created to have perfect pleasure in a perfect environment, he caused them all this pain and misery and suffering, and that's not going to get attributed to Satan. That's going to get attributed to God. Wow.
That every year they would send down an army, an extermination, to ensure hell and its sinners could never rise against them.
Sinister.
But Lilith's hope remained, and her dream was passed down to their precious daughter, the princess of hell.
Okay.
Don't worry, Mom. I'll make you proud.
Dude, where do you want me to start?
Such twisted storytelling.
Wow. That's it.
Cartoon that dropped 3 days ago is called Hazbin Hotel. The main character is named Morningstar. She is she's the daughter of Satan and Lilith. And I've watched some other clips. She's actually starting a hotel rehabilitation center, and she has a meeting with one of the angels of heaven, and she's like, look, hell's really overpopulated, but if we can build this hotel, I can put these occupants of hell through this rehabilitation program, and then they'll be good enough for heaven, and then we can just send them to heaven, and then we can make, free up some room in hell. And the angel says, nope, hell's forever, and rules are black and white, and you can't blend those things, and they've already made their decision, and torture is our entertainment.
'Cause hell is forever, whether you like it or not. Have their chance to behave better, now they boil in the pot. They're burning for their lives until we kill them again. There's the question of fun, and for those of us with divine ordainment, extermination is entertainment.
It's like it shocks you deep down to the core to hear that someone's actually having pity on Lucifer and making him the good guy while God is the bad guy. Heaven is the bad guy, or the bad kingdom.
I mean, it's so opposite, right? I mean, if you just take a step back and you just think about it, what's God's government about? Oh, loving everybody around you and doing good to those that hate you and being kind to people. Like, that's the government of God, right?
There's so much error. There's so much mixing of truth and error.
I'm pretty shocked I'm not shocked. I'm shocked and I'm not shocked because this is just like the same story repackaged over and over and over again.
When is the government of God ever told you to, like, destroy everybody? Jesus said, I come to not destroy people, but to give them life and abundantly, right? And, it's the devil's the destroyer. He's the accuser. He's the meanie head on the planet. And why do people side with him? It's mind-boggling.
And it's kind of overwhelming too. Like just sitting and watching, it's like, whoa. It's like you have the two stories side by side of creation and then the Gnostic flip, and it's so merged together and fast-paced.
The propaganda of this is taking a picture of God and spray painting horns on him. So yeah, you have all the character traits of the villain being God, but they look evil. And that's what we see in Hollywood over and over and over.
People are hurt. They are rejecting God by and large. Each generation has more and more agnostics, more and more atheists. They're rejecting God for a reason. So I think this is only a product of what people are wanting.
Like, why would you not want Jesus? Why would you not want God? You want this instead? You like this kind of a world to live in because Satan is a dreamer? But you know what? On the flip side of that coin, this is all the more reason why we need to have the proper context put out there. I mean, it's this kind of stuff that you're battling against, right? It's time that we have all hands on deck because this is what's getting pushed out into society right now. And if people don't have the proper context, they're going to get sucked into this.